Hello. I just woke up to the new update. It is interesting. Just going to quickly go through it. Setup turret is now got a little grenade launcher version. Basically, you got to look out for friendly fire, of course. Works like a regular turret, but it includes a boom. Mate axes. I'm excited to try these out. Damage. Oh, they also did. They mentioned it later in the notes. They changed the damage codes, which I really appreciate. Showing how much damage it does per shot, because the damage before kind of added them all together. So like the mass carbine said it did 10 damage, but it actually did 5 damage per shot, and it did 2 shots at a time. Here they kind of break it down more clearly. The mate axes look awesome though. +1 to your melee, -10 to your aim, and then it's a ranged weapon though. And then damage of each shot is equal to the owner's melee. So give these to Morse, and maybe not Morse. His aim sucks. We'll figure it out. I'll figure out a purpose for these axes. Bang launcher, like the turret, it's a grenade launcher. Deals 4 damage to all units on the target tile, even if the shot misses mine-friendly damage. It only does 1 damage to the person it hits, but then it does another 4 damage to everybody. Probably not going to use it. I don't... 4 damage is, honestly isn't... I guess it is a fair amount. I guess it depends on how fast it fires. Maybe I'll grab it. Hole repeater. This one I've used. I did play... wait a minute. I did play a little bit on Sentinel C in the hopes of getting the achievement for Sentinel C. I just finished it. I don't actually think I got the achievement, though. I might have to hassle them about that. I'll look into it later. And then... that's going to bug me. I'm going to look at it now. You guys get to see my game library. All the nonsense. Oh, I did it. I did get Synthetic Division Variant C. So... they're still working on a fix for blink and you'll miss it. Complete a mission before any Xenos spawn. 3.8% players have gotten it. I can't. And they say that some mission types, maybe it works on some and not others. They're looking into it. Anyways. Yeah, Blast Force Field owner is immune to friendly fire. Useful if you're going the big AoE route. Sentinel, Huntsman, and BioWeave have been modified to include the new content. Synth has also been modified to include the new content, because I did just play through Synth to get that achievement, and I got the Bang turret and the hole repeater, so they must have just forgot to include Synth in there. This is the part, though. The difficulty of all enemies has been lowered by 1 level. This is not great. I played through Synth C, and granted that is a lower difficulty than I normally play, but all of the advice I've given so far in my videos doesn't really apply anymore, because you guys are just going to breeze through this game. It used to always spawn 2 of the scouts at the very beginning. Now it spawns 1, and it just, everything's way easier. I'm pretty disappointed by it. I'm not going to go on about it in the video. I will provide my feedback in the channels they have provided for us. I'm guessing eventually they'll give us another difficulty to make up for it. It sucks that all of the achievements I got are going to be cheapened by this. I normally don't care about achievements, but I really got into this one, and I was really proud of having developed the strategies I did to beat it. Proud enough to make a freaking YouTube video over it. So this is a pretty big disappointment for me, but I'm internalizing it right now, and I'll try to communicate through the various channels that disappointment and move on. Honestly, I've enjoyed Xenopurge. I will play their updates, but I have other games to play. Flash grenade they made way more powerful for the speed penalty, but decreased the time. I mean, personally, it just changes the role of a flash grenade. I tended to use that increased duration for the -2, I think it is, to melee the flash grenade did. So that that -2 could last. Normally they'd be dead within 10 seconds anyway, so I guess this penalty doesn't really affect me at all. So overall, I guess that's a buff to the flash grenade, because how often does a sleeper, which is where I usually use my flash grenades, last the full 20 seconds? Turrets are now expended after a preset amount of shots. Big turret nerf. I am fine with that. Turrets were pretty powerful before. I will probably use them less. They were kind of an always go-to before. Just because the time it takes to place them. If they were instant place, I'd still use them quite a bit, but now the time it takes to place them, they still definitely have a role. We're going to try them out if I can get access to one. Replenish consumables can now be only used once per mission. That's a BioWeave thing. I just kind of gave up. I guess I could do BioWeave now that they made everything easier. Maybe that'll do my BioWeave playthrough to showcase the easy stuff here. Speed past 36 does not affect action duration, so it's just going to affect how fast you run. That's fair. If you get your speed above 36, you're probably playing BioWeave, and it stops mattering after 36. This part, I'm not going to say I took personally, but it did, we felt a lot of players relied on certain exploits to win higher difficulties. If you have watched my videos, I have not used exploits. I consider the synth subsonic disruption kind of an exploit, even though it's just how the power works. Other than that, I win, correct me if I'm wrong, but I win through positioning of my allies, moving my troops intelligently. I've never used an exploit. I have an idea of some of the exploits they're using. I am worried that this update balance, in quotes, is kind of a knee-jerk reaction to some of the more vocal members of the community who either talk a lot about the exploits they use or complain a lot about the higher difficulties. I think a high difficulty should be hard to achieve. That's why they're difficulties. They might be adding higher difficulties in the future, which is fine and good, but I doubt those difficulties will come with achievements. I've never cared about achievements before in my life. For some reason, this game just, I liked it. I liked the fact that it felt like an accomplishment to get them. So, I'll let them know, and, we'll move forward. I could do a BioWeave playthrough with the lower difficulty and probably succeed. I tried it a few times after my failure before, and I just don't enjoy the gameplay. I don't think making it easier is going to change that. That's just going to make it easier. That's it. I could do it, but only because they lowered the difficulty. It was my foibles that was making me fail BioWeave. A lot of people see them as the easiest team. I just like the Sentinel Huntsman playstyle so much that I had a hard time getting away from that. I've done it. I've adapted to it. I could make a video about it if people clamored for it, but I don't think you guys are clamoring for it. So instead, I'm just going to we're not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just going to go through maybe the first couple of missions of Huntsman, back to where we all started, just to kind of show you some of the changes. We're going to go. I'm not going to worry too much about the late game stuff, but I am obsessive, so I am going to actually glance at this. To kind of help determine my route. The upper path seems the easiest to avoid VIPs. Yeah, that middle path also would work, though, so that doesn't matter. Let's go... We'll go this way. Oh, but we want to see the new fancy guns, don't we? So yeah, we'll go up. 2 guns in a row. Oh, wait, am I playing on F? Yeah, I'm playing on F. Of course I'm playing on F. I just played on C, so I'm just paranoid, making sure I don't. Alright. Back where it all started. So you see how the turret now has rat next to it? That is because there's now 2 turrets. So they got to differentiate between the rat and the bang. I'll let Shaw explore that upper one first. Oh, actually, keep reconning Shaw. And we'll extract Shaw up here and hold ground there. Set up turret Shaw. Mostly unnecessary, just kind of showcasing the new turret. You can see it's got the little counter up there. Going to extract carotene just to get that plus for run-in bonus. I could drop a mine somewhere along here, but instead I'm gonna try to showcase the. Okay, so the first wave only spawned 1 scout. Okay, now it spawns 2 scouts. So You got to go to wave 4 to see a spitter. Wow, that turret really loses ammo fast. I don't think I'll be using the turret as much. That's a huge nerf. That was barely a scout. I mean, I guess if you're looking at it from a cost perspective, frag grenade can kill one Xeno. You know, a Mauler it can almost kill. And the turret was able to kill 2 scouts. I guess the turret is technically doing the same damage as a frag grenade, because yeah, I seem to kill about 2 scouts, 2.5, maybe 3 at the most. That's on par with a frag grenade, except a frag grenade is instant, whereas a turret has to be placed in the right spot and can be destroyed. I think they went too far. Once again, we'll just tell them that. Alright, so we got our new fancy guns. The whole repeater. I really like this gun. I've already played around with it a little bit. And then the bang launcher. This one I do not like as much. I don't like friendly fire. I mean, this one only costs 3, which is cool. It does 4 damage, so the one, if it's a scout, the one you hit is going to take 5, and then the ones around it will take 4. You're not hitting your breakpoints for damage there. If you fire a second shot, it's going to do... It's not going to do enough to kill... It'll kill... No, it won't even kill... Yeah, it'll kill the first one you hit, if you hit the first one. The bang launcher, I think, is going to be bad, but we're going to buy it and find out. I assume they'll bump the difficulty up, or more likely add a new difficulty for those of us disappointed with this. So Shaw's got the grenade launcher. Let's see this in action. It's hard to see it in action. Oh, that thing's so slow firing. I think I only got 1 shot off there. I think I would stick with the pistol. Yeah, kind of neat there. It's neat. I guess you could make a build completely around it. I'm not opposed to its existence. Like I said, you could make a build around it. Because you get that, you get the kinetic warhammer, you load up on frag grenades. You get the grenade turret. Yeah, I think the turret... I like the limited ammo for the turret. I think they need to maybe up the ammo count just a hair. Just maybe 33% more ammo. Just to keep it on par with the frag grenade. Frag grenade's just too good. We'll do one more level. Let's see if... Oh, mate axes. So there's these boys. Yeah, we're going to swap out that grenade launcher I'm disappointed with these axes. And to be clear, I'm only disappointed because it's not my style. Alright. Let's see these axes in action, and then that'll be it. I'm not going to play through the whole thing. I'll probably go through on my own without the video and play through Huntsman and Sentinel with the new stuff, but... I am trying really hard not to be disappointed. Like, I was beginning to, like, drift away to other games anyways. This update adds some neat toys, but mostly makes the game easier. Not not a way to keep me around. I'm not even a tryhard. Like, I really am not. You might get that impression since this is my first video. I don't mind, or this is my first, like, series of games I've reviewed or whatever I'm doing. I'm not. I'm not a guy who tries to get all the achievements. This game just, I don't know. I got the bug. I just really enjoy this game. I don't use exploits. I'm going on a little bit about it. Sorry. Because maybe this is probably just the life cycle of a game. I do think that they should have maybe added a different mode or something. There's just no way for me now. Like the achievement, I worked for these achievements. I put the time in. Well, there you go. There you have it. That's the main update. At some point, maybe their next update, I will put out another video, but I think I'll be taking a break from Xenopurge. I got a couple other games. One I'm in an Alpha 4 called Burning Horizons, which is super cool. It's a strategy game. Very, very early, but they're making big strides in just a few months. I've been seeing them get a lot of things updated in it. I'll be doing a video for those guys. And then of Grit and Greaves is a demo. The story behind how I ended up working, or like not working, well, working with to some degree. I helped set up their Discord with the indie dev making that game. Is kind of a funny one, and I'll save it for the video where I go over their demo. Probably closer to Next Fest. I know he's doing some big updates with his and making a big push for it. It's a fun little dungeon crawl style board game, kind of, I guess you could say. It's like an RPG. It feels like a board game to some degree, but like, it's fun. I'll be showcasing those two pretty soon here. So, thanks for watching my Xenopurge stuff, and I'll be back at some point.